check this out, guys. I just got off the phone with one of my technicians and I want to run a couple things by you. Namely, you got to see the full picture before you quote a price and watch your assumptions. So don't just sit there and think out loud about the worst case scenarios with your clients and start adding things up. Start with what you do know. So my technician called me, clients out there, and the client had already tried to JB weld this freaking brake back together. And my tech is looking, he's like, man, I'm going to have to replace all 9 of these manifold tees way to make this repair. And he sent me some pictures. And I said, you don't necessarily know that that's what you're going to have to do yet. So I said, the first thing that you need to do is you need to open up everything that is going on in the ground there so that you can see what you're looking at. So this is the call. He's on an $89 service fee, sprinkler repair, PVC pipe broken in the ground. And you have to be careful with these scenarios because if you don't spend enough time communicating and building value with your client, they're not going to perceive your value and they're not going to want to embrace the solution that you're offering. So in that scenario, I told my tech, hey, listen, you need to be a little bit careful because you don't see the full picture of what you got going on and you're already starting off making some assumptions. Let's not make any assumptions for our clients. Be very careful about the assumptions that you think you make. You can't see underground. You don't know what's going on 100% for sure. So I said, let's charge a level 4 excavation. It's 2 valve boxes. Let's dig up each valve box and let's see exactly what we got going on. Well, my tech dug everything up. And then upon further inspection, there's not enough room anywhere on that manifold to make a repair. Now you can get real bootleggy and do some weird stuff with 1 1/4 fittings and real bootleggy type stuff like that. At Sprinkler Tech All-Stars, we don't do anything like that. Sprinklers Inc., we don't do anything like that. The repairs that we make are guaranteed to perform for a substantial length of time. That's the only type of repair I'm willing to make. Plus, when I glue up a manifold, I'm going to give a client a 5-year major component guarantee. So if I can't make a repair that's going to last 5+ years on components related to the main line, I'm not touching it. So it took a good amount of time. I told my tech, get the fabric out, get the tarps out, dig it up really well, look and see everything so that there's nothing variable about the solution that you're going to provide for the client. So after my technician did that, I mean, it took him 2.5 hours to dig everything up, a lot of lateral lines, control wire, things like that have to be real thorough. Then afterwards, explaining to the customer, looking at this entire valve box assembly completely disassembled and completely exposed, and then made a recommendation to the client. So look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to cut apart the manifold tees. We're going to disassemble the manifold. We're going to put in a new manifold. We're going to glue it all back together, and it's going to come with a 5-year major component guarantee. Then my technician recommended the guaranteed solution, which was an additional $2,400. So it took my tech all day. He was there till about 2 or 3 o'clock. It was a total work order, kissing right around the $3,000 mark. He got everything buried up, put back together, and our client is satisfied. So the moral of the story is, be careful what you're assuming, especially on manifold rebuilds. What you want to do is you want to do some excavating to make a determination as to the total scope of work. Also, you're not guessing. And if a client's paying you 2 level 4 excavations to dig up the entire box, now you've got a reason to dig it up well, take your time, and you're not in a big hurry because you're over there trying to work for free to bid work that you don't know if a client's going to say yes or no to. So that's the moral of the story. Eliminate the variables for your proposals to your clients. And if that means charging excavation fees on the front end to dig everything up to know the scope of a project, it's a good move to make.